I'm all done packing. I am done. That looks really full, and I'm also taking that purse, that water bottle, plus the book. That's a lot of items. I'm gone for 2 weeks, so it's gonna definitely be interesting to see how I'm gonna get through this. I'm still nervous, and when I get nervous, I don't want to eat, I don't want to do much. I drink a lot of water when I'm nervous, and I get gassy, so this is not gonna be fun. I'm nervous about this whole trip. But I realized that I need to do this. I need to get this done. I need to learn something from this experience. I need to bring something back from Germany with me from this experience that I hope will make me stronger, hopefully will make me more confident. Also, in this apartment, there is only one mirror, so there's not even that many mirrors. There's one mirror that's like this high, so if I look up, I can only see like this part of my face. That's it, like this, that's it. And I'm like, these German people are just so tall. It's not, these mirrors are not hung for short people. It took like 30 minutes longer than expected, but I don't mind as long as I made it before 7. This is my room. Very girly, as you can tell. This hostel was pretty simple to find. It's a little out of the way, but I am so excited. On my way here, I was more concerned about finding the place, getting to the right train, finding the place and all that, versus recording the scenery and stuff, because I'm gonna go out in about 2 hours, I believe, and because I have a biking tour booked, and so I'm excited to go do that. I need a new backpack. My purse ripped, and I showed the getaway, that the really ratchet ass way that I had tied it back together. So yeah, Franklin and me. But yeah, I'm just gonna unwind a little and relax, and I'm excited to go explore. I'm actually gonna show you a little bit around the area, and yeah, then I'm gonna pee.
Hamburg.
I know, right?
The dark side
of we're going through the heart, the dark side. excited. I have a city tour booked, planned for today, so I'm gonna get the most out of that. I have breakfast in my bag, like cookies and juice with carrot, but it was cheap. Juice, and granola bars and stuff, so I'm just gonna eat that because I'm not enjoying the food too much here, and I'd rather see places and eat. Yeah, so last night I was actually prepared, like, if I didn't find my hostel, like, prepared to pretend that I was homeless and, you know, get by and stuff, but then I realized I'm so freaking colorful. Like, what homeless person is this colorful? Like, literally, I had neon pants with, like, green and pink, and my backpack is so bright, and everything. So I was like, you know what, I'm terrible at pretending to be homeless, so I was like, screw it, I better find the place where I live. Cold. I didn't bring a jacket or anything warm because in Duisburg it was so hot, and so I had to buy something. It says Hamburg. It doesn't fit that well, but it's comfy, and it says Hamburg, so yeah, this is my jacket for the next few days. It's so warm, just like fleece inside. It's perfect. So cold. true weather of Hamburg, so I am experiencing it to the fullest. I have my hoodie that says Hamburg, I have my backpack. Yeah, Mom, I was ill prepared, okay? I know I'm gonna get this for my parents after they see this vlog, but it was more important to get this.
Más de lo normal, todo mi sentido va pidiendo más. Esto hay que tomarlo sin ningún apuro. Despacito, fuego despacito.
Coming back, I really do love clubbing. But I don't go in the States because I love it too much, I would say. This Spanish music was perfect. It's what I needed. Yeah, somebody got sick. So I'm back in, and my room, there's like 4 or 5 of the girls, so can't talk in there, but this party was definitely awesome. The reggae music was just what I needed, and the Spanish people in there, oh man, they stole my heart. They stole my heart. It was great. Perfect. Yeah, so I'm so glad I got to experience the nightlife. I really do like going to clubs, but I barely go while I'm in the States because I like it, but I have priorities. I have responsibilities. I have other things to do. And to go to a good club, you have to go to New York City, and that just wastes a weekend. So yeah, this was fun. And now I'm gonna go to sleep and wake up really early. So yeah, peace out. It's the next morning. Well, actually it's like 5 hours later. It's like 7 o'clock and I need to go to the fish market because they say if you don't go to the fish market when you're in Hamburg, you really haven't gone to Hamburg. So it's super, super rainy outside. So much rain, and so I'm gonna be drenched, that's for sure, but I'm interested to see this fish market because they say away from the parties on the Reeperbahn, it's a party of its own. So I'm excited. goes to the fish market. No matter how old you are, no matter how early it is, everyone goes to the fish market and they have some kind of fish sandwich. It was amazing. They had a live band because after everyone parties on the Reeperbahn, everybody walks to the fish market, which is like a street down, to get fish and stuff. Then, and sober up a little. Then they go home, get ready, come back to church, Kirche, with their families. So I thought it was very interesting how everyone comes to the fish market. There's so many things you can buy, there's so many options, and it's all about how you present. So if you present it in a very nice way, people will buy. It's nice to show. And yeah, and there were auctions that were being held for like some of the products. I was like, whoa man, everyone's at the fish market. It was fantastic. Miniature Wonderland, and it was a little hard to find, but I think it was phenomenal. Like all the detail in there, and the people and the trees, and like what the people were doing. I think my favorite one was like the evolution of the same piece of land through a few hundred years, and I think that was the best thing that I loved the most, because you could just see how like wagons turned into cars, and how the castle turned from the crusaders to like kings and queens. Like it just changed. It was awesome. We took a ferry around the area, and then we landed back to the bridge, and from the bridge we went down into the tunnel so that we could basically cross the river. in the tunnel. The special thing about this bridge is that the German way of doing things is that they nailed it the first time. I know between France and England, they did it. They tried it once, they missed, so they had to go back and they try again. But the German way, they did it the first try. They made it. My cool new backpack, so I don't have to worry about my backpack breaking. Yeah, I know, Mom, you're gonna yell at me for not being prepared enough, and Dad's gonna yell at me for spending too much money on that backpack, but it was worth it. It was worth it. So I lost my towel. So then I went to the front desk. I'm like, who steals a towel? Or I thought like maybe the cleaning lady, she just took the towel thinking that like nobody else is in the room, even though my stuff is right there. She just took the towel, but I got it back. Now I could take a shower. Yeah, it's kind of like, who steals a towel? Like, who steals a towel? Yeah, and an old one too. Well, anyways, whatever. I'm gonna go take a shower now. So something I've learned is that here in Germany, they really do crack down on like illegal like third-party softwares and rip-offs of original shows, movies, and etc. stuff, music as well. And what I realized is that here they refuse to let me use this website that I've been using to watch the grand finale of this dance show that I'm really into. And it's ripping me away because it's like I don't want to go onto any social media or do anything just to see who won because I want to see it the natural way, you know? But they refuse to let me on, and they just re-guide me to like some law that they talk about. They're really strict on this. I guess I have to wait 2 weeks to find out. But then by then I don't know if this is so painstaking. There's like no one left in the hostel. Just gonna be me and some people. There's like 2 cars, and I know that friend from yesterday, he's still here till next Friday. He actually from Cologne, and I love Cologne, so we were talking about Cologne a lot. Yeah. So my computer said it'd take about an hour and 45 minutes to upload, and there's 30 minutes remaining. I am not excited about this because that just means that processing might take just about 2 hours as well. So I'm gonna go sit in an area where there's better Wi-Fi. So back from the park, I think that was the great way to definitely end my time here in Hamburg. The water show was really, really nice, and it was the same as yesterday, but there was a little girl, she was dancing by the water, and she was posing for her mom, like for pictures and stuff, and it was so adorable, and it was so peaceful that genuinely, like, it was the best way to end a night in Hamburg. Definitely. So I'm excited to go to Berlin tomorrow, but nervous at the same time because I don't know what to expect. And, you know, it's like a change. It's like I'm leaving from Duisburg to Hamburg all over again. It's like that kind of feeling. So let's see how it goes.